Friends, life in the modern world constantly confronts us with stress, anxiety, and doubts. We often feel as if we are losing ourselves in the endless stream of tasks, responsibilities, and expectations. It seems that problems arise one after another, making it difficult to move forward. However, this chaos is not unique to our time. Even the greatest minds of the past, such as Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, faced challenges, doubts, and disappointments. What, then, helped them maintain inner peace and resilience in the most difficult circumstances? The answer lies in Stoic philosophy, a wise art of managing one's thoughts and emotions. The Stoics believed that happiness and harmony depend not on the external world but on how we perceive it. They taught that by changing our attitude toward what happens, we can find peace even amidst chaos. Today, we will delve into this ancient yet incredibly relevant wisdom. I will share with you 11 Stoic practices that can help you cope with anxiety, insecurity, and loneliness, strengthen your inner world, and make life more meaningful. You will discover how taking simple steps can help overcome inner discord and find harmony even in the most challenging times. Let's move on to practical steps that will help you apply their wisdom in your life. Do not compare yourself to others. Comparing yourself to others is a trap that can destroy self-confidence and rob you of inner peace. Social media amplifies this feeling, showcasing idealized snapshots of other people's lives. We see beautiful photos, successful careers, happy families, and exotic travels but often forget that these are only the tip of the iceberg. Behind every success lies struggles, mistakes, and efforts that remain hidden. The illusion of a perfect life creates envy, feelings of inadequacy, and self-doubt. The Stoics taught that each person walks their own unique path, incomparable to anyone else's. Marcus Aurelius said, "Stop looking at other people's lives and focus on your own mission." These words remind us that we each have our own goals, achievements, and challenges that make our lives unique. Comparing ourselves to others distracts us from our own journey and hinders the development of our strengths. It is essential to accept yourself as you are, with all your strengths and weaknesses. Instead of wasting energy on envy, channel it into your personal growth. Comparison diminishes the joy of your accomplishments, making you feel as though you are never enough. But someone else's success does not invalidate your own achievements. Ask yourself critical questions. Does another person's success truly make your life worse? Are you less significant because someone else has achieved more? The answer will always be no. Every time you feel the urge to compare yourself to others, remind yourself of your uniqueness. Your life is your mission, and it should not be dictated by someone else's standards. The Stoics also emphasized that happiness comes from within, not from external comparisons. Focus on your own goals and what brings joy to you personally. Even small steps forward on your path are significant successes. Celebrate your achievements and acknowledge your progress, no matter how small. Social media and public opinion often impose false standards of success, but they do not reflect the true value of life. You define what is important to you. Comparing yourself to others is like running on an endless treadmill with no finish line. The goal is not to outpace someone else but to become better than you were yesterday. Whenever you feel envy or dissatisfaction with yourself, remember that your true happiness lies in your own life. Stop looking at others and start looking within. Your hard work, efforts, and uniqueness hold the source of true harmony. Be kinder to yourself. We often become our own harshest critics, judging ourselves for every mistake and shortcoming. This destructive attitude undermines self-confidence and prevents progress. The Stoics advised being your ally, not your enemy. They believed that your inner voice should be a source of support, not reproach. When you make a mistake, remind yourself that it is a natural part of life and the learning process. Instead of blaming yourself, try to acknowledge the effort you put in. Imagine speaking to a friend in the same situation. What would you say to them? Most likely, you would offer words of encouragement and support. Why deny yourself the same kindness? Self-compassion is not a sign of weakness but an act of caring for your emotional well-being. Mistakes are not a verdict but an opportunity for growth. Every time you feel the urge to berate yourself, pause and ask, what can I learn from this experience? This approach not only reduces stress but also helps you become stronger. Allow yourself to be imperfect. Even the greatest minds, like Seneca or Marcus Aurelius, made mistakes and faced moments of weakness. Give yourself permission to rest and recover. Excessive self-criticism often stems from exhaustion and burnout. Taking care of your physical and emotional well-being helps shift your inner dialogue to one that is gentler and more supportive. Remember, everyone has limits, and that's okay. You don't have to be perfect to be valuable. Try ending each day by identifying at least one thing you can praise yourself for. It could be a small achievement, a kind act, or simply the effort you made during the day. This practice shifts the focus from negativity to positivity, building self-confidence over time. Self-kindness also involves accepting your feelings and emotions without judgment. If you are going through tough times, allow yourself to feel pain, sadness, or disappointment. Embracing these emotions enables you to move forward without being stuck in negativity. Remind yourself that each day is a new opportunity to start again. Mistakes and failures are just temporary phases on the path to success. Treat yourself with respect and care, as you would the most important person in your life. Only through self-kindness can you achieve inner harmony and resilience. Accept reality as it is. Resisting the inevitable only breeds suffering, and the Stoics understood this better than anyone. Life will always be full of events beyond our control, whether it's the weather, other people's opinions, or unforeseen circumstances. When we expend energy fighting what cannot be changed, we deprive ourselves of inner peace. Acceptance of reality doesn't mean passivity, on the contrary, it is the foundation for rational and effective action. The Stoics taught that instead of worrying about events, we should focus on our thoughts and reactions. Your strength lies not in changing the world but in how you perceive it. By accepting that some things are beyond your control, you create space to concentrate on what truly matters. Imagine a dog tied to a cart. It can either run alongside the cart or resist, wasting its energy in vain. Life is much the same. Accepting the inevitable allows you to conserve energy for more meaningful pursuits. This is not a call to surrender but a skill in choosing your battles. Instead of complaining about bad weather, find joy in the comfort of home. The Stoics emphasized that our task is to influence what is within our power and let go of what is not. Recognizing this distinction frees us from unnecessary tension and makes life more harmonious. Whenever you face challenges, ask yourself, what can I change in this situation? If the answer is nothing, it's time to accept it and move on. Acceptance of reality also teaches us to see opportunities even in the most difficult circumstances. What may initially seem like an obstacle can become a lesson or even a new beginning. When you stop resisting, you gain mental clarity and the ability to act more effectively. This doesn't mean giving up on your ambitions but embracing the present moment as it is. Seneca said, "The happy man is not one who has no difficulties but one who knows how to deal with them." Acceptance of reality helps us maintain inner balance, even when life is full of change. Instead of trying to control everything around you, focus on how you can use the current situation to your advantage. Sometimes the hardest thing is to accept your own mistakes or failures. But it is through acceptance that we begin to see them as opportunities for growth. The Stoics reminded us that the world itself is neutral, it is our attitude toward it that gives it color. Acceptance of reality doesn't weaken us, on the contrary, it is a source of strength and wisdom. When you realize that fighting the inevitable is futile, you will feel energy being freed for creation. This approach reduces anxiety and teaches you to find peace even in the most challenging circumstances. Life will always throw challenges your way, but how you respond to them defines your inner state. Accept reality as it is, and you will discover that even chaos can become the foundation for harmony. Be grateful for what you have. Gratitude is the key to inner peace and harmony, shifting your focus from scarcity to abundance. In the hustle of daily life, we often forget to appreciate what we already have: our health, loved ones, home, and opportunities. Stoics like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius emphasize the importance of gratitude, asserting that happiness is born not from possessions but from the ability to value the present. Each day should begin with thoughts of what you are grateful for. It can be something simple: the warmth of the sun, a loved one's smile, or the taste of your morning tea. These small moments, when noticed, reveal how rich and full life truly is. Practicing gratitude makes us less susceptible to envy and anxiety by reinforcing the understanding that many of our needs are already met. When we give thanks for what we have, we learn to find joy in the moment rather than chasing the illusion of future happiness. Regularly reminding ourselves of the value of simple things lays the foundation for a more mindful and harmonious life. Research shows that gratitude improves emotional well-being, reduces stress, and strengthens relationships. The Stoics taught that true wealth lies in the ability to rejoice in the present moment. Gratitude makes us more resilient in the face of challenges, reminding us that even in difficult times, there is something to be thankful for. When you realize how much you already have in your life, the worries about what's missing begin to fade. Each evening, take a moment to reflect on 3 things you are grateful for. These could be small, like an engaging conversation or a peaceful evening, but such moments build a sense of contentment. Gratitude teaches us to see the light in the most ordinary situations. This practice changes your perception of the world, making it seem kinder and more generous. Instead of focusing on what hasn't been achieved yet, you begin to notice how much you already possess. The Stoics believe that happiness doesn't come from external sources, it is born within, through the recognition of life's gifts. When we give thanks for the present, we fear less about losing something in the future. This reduces stress and allows us to focus on what truly matters. Gratitude strengthens relationships, making us more open and compassionate. Share this feeling with those close to you, expressing appreciation for their presence in your life. Practicing gratitude makes life brighter and richer by teaching us to see the value even in the simplest things. It not only helps us cope with difficulties but also allows us to cherish the small joys we often take for granted. Gratitude is not just a habit, it is a powerful tool for improving the quality of life. When you recognize the value of each moment, you begin to see life as a gift. This perspective helps you maintain inner balance even during challenging times. Be grateful for what you have, and you will see your life fill with harmony and joy. Take care of your mind. Caring for your mind is just as important as caring for your body, yet it is often overlooked in the rush of daily life. The Stoics emphasized that our inner world requires constant attention and care. Seneca once said that the soul needs nourishment, or it loses its strength and clarity. Meditation, reading inspiring books, or walking in nature are simple yet powerful ways to maintain mental well-being. Regular moments of quiet reflection help to free the mind from unnecessary noise and focus on what truly matters. Solitude is not a sign of weakness, on the contrary, it strengthens the inner self and helps to find answers to life's tough questions. The Stoics believe that mental fortitude develops through awareness of your thoughts and emotions. Physical exercise also plays a crucial role in caring for your mind. It promotes the release of endorphins, which improve mood and reduce stress. A simple walk in the fresh air or light stretching can become a source of energy and harmony. Mind care involves not only physical activity but also finding time for recovery and restoration. Listening to uplifting music or enjoying a quiet cup of tea can be small but effective ways to give yourself a break. Taking care of your mind also means learning to manage negative thoughts, replacing them with more positive and constructive ones. The Stoics taught that your mind should be your ally, not a source of suffering. Reading philosophical texts or inspiring stories expands horizons and strengthens resilience. These habits nourish the mind and provide new perspectives for navigating challenges. Create rituals that reinforce your inner peace, whether it's morning meditations or evening reflections. It's essential to set aside time to simply be alone, without distractions or the hustle of life. This helps you gain a deeper understanding of your desires and goals. Caring for your mind also involves managing the information you consume. The Stoics warned of the harm caused by immersing yourself in unnecessary or negative events. Surround yourself with people and things that inspire and energize you. Mind care also means having the ability to say no to things that drain your energy and time. Maintain a balance between mental effort and rest to avoid burnout. Understanding yourself and your thoughts allows you to gain deeper insight into what you truly need for happiness. Caring for your mind is not a luxury but a necessity that helps you face difficulties and find joy in life. The more attention you give to your inner world, the stronger you become in overcoming any obstacle. Make mind care a daily habit. Even a few minutes dedicated to yourself can transform your state of mind and bring more harmony into your life. Remember, a strong and clear mind is the foundation of resilience and wisdom, enabling you to move forward no matter what challenges you face. View life from a bird's-eye perspective. Our problems often seem overwhelming because we examine them too closely, focusing on every detail. The Stoics taught us to take a broader view of life, recognizing its temporality and scale. When you rise above a situation, like a bird soaring in the sky, you begin to see that difficulties are merely small fragments of a larger picture. This perspective helps reduce the weight of problems and prioritize what truly matters. Marcus Aurelius emphasized that every event is just a moment in the vastness of time. Realizing this brings calm, reminding us that everything is temporary. Even the greatest challenges lose their significance when we understand their place in the grand context of life. When you feel overwhelmed, imagine looking at your life from a distance, from above. This mental exercise helps you see how your problems fit into the bigger picture. No matter how serious our struggles may seem, they are just tiny pieces in the immense flow of life. Understanding the scale of the universe helps soften stress, reminding us that we are part of something much greater. Our planet is a small speck in the vast cosmos, and the universe's age is so immense that our problems dissolve in its immensity. This perspective doesn't diminish our experiences but allows us to see them from a different angle. When facing difficulties, ask yourself, will this matter in a year? In 5 years? This approach helps you realize that many issues aren't worth the emotions we invest in them. It encourages us to focus on the present moment and avoid inflating challenges. The Stoics believed that viewing life as part of a greater whole makes us wiser and more resilient. Have you ever looked at a mountain from its base? It appears enormous and insurmountable. But from above, on its summit, it becomes just another part of the landscape. Problems work the same way, they seem smaller when viewed from a bird's-eye perspective. This vantage point allows you to see not only obstacles but also possible paths to overcome them. When we rise above a situation, we start to see that difficulties aren't endings but the beginning of new opportunities. This perspective fosters humility and patience, as we understand that everything has its time and place. The scale of time and space provides a sense of freedom, reminding us that our lives are not defined solely by our problems. Instead of being stuck in negativity, try becoming an observer of your own life. Imagine your difficulties as episodes in a long story. This not only reduces anxiety but also helps you find constructive solutions. The Stoics believed that recognizing our smallness in the universe doesn't weaken us but strengthens our spirit. Look at your problems as exercises for the mind and character. This approach shifts your focus from emotions to actions. Even in difficult circumstances, you can find ways to move forward. It's important to remember that every challenge is an opportunity to learn something new. Life becomes simpler and clearer when you stop dramatizing your problems and see them in the context of your entire existence. View life from above to gain the wisdom and calm needed to overcome any trial. Remember the impermanence of everything. The awareness of life's finiteness is not a cause for despair but a reminder of its true value. The Stoics believed that reflecting on mortality helps us prioritize better. When you understand that your time is limited, you begin to cherish each moment more deeply. This awareness teaches you to live mindfully, avoiding trivial concerns and unnecessary haste. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not fear death, but rather fear a life unlived." These words remind us that it's not the number of years we live that matters, but how meaningful those years are. Awareness of impermanence helps us step away from chasing illusions like fame or wealth and focus on what truly matters. The Stoics taught that virtues such as wisdom, compassion, and integrity last far longer than any material achievements. The transience of life reminds us that our days are a precious resource not to be wasted. It's important to ask yourself, what legacy will I leave behind, and do my actions reflect my true values? These questions help you focus on what brings lasting meaning. Each day can be seen as an opportunity to do good, love, and find joy in life. Understanding that everything passes makes it easier to let go of grudges, regrets, and fears. The finiteness of time teaches us to care more deeply for loved ones, spend quality time with them, and express gratitude for their presence. This knowledge also strengthens relationships, as we learn to appreciate what we have instead of constantly yearning for more. Life is fleeting, and this makes it even more precious. The Stoics often reminded themselves that everything around us, including ourselves, is subject to change and eventual disappearance. Accepting this idea helps us view difficulties as temporary challenges that build character. It also frees us from fear of the future, teaching us to live in the present. Seneca wrote that it doesn't matter how much time we have, but how we use it. Finiteness urges us to find meaning in each day, even if it seems ordinary. Awareness of life's impermanence helps us focus on personal growth and leaving a positive legacy. Instead of worrying about what we lack, we learn to rejoice in what we already have. Impermanence also reminds us of the importance of forgiveness, of both ourselves and others. There's no sense in wasting precious time on grudges and anger, which only rob us of peace. Accepting that everything passes helps us focus on making our time as meaningful as possible. This doesn't mean giving up on ambitions but rather directing efforts toward what brings true fulfillment. Life, like everything in it, is fleeting, and this is what makes it so unique. Finiteness urges us not to delay important matters but to live fully in the here and now. Each day lived with the awareness of impermanence becomes more meaningful and valuable. The Stoics believed that death is not an enemy but a teacher, reminding us of the importance of the present moment. By remembering the impermanence of all things, you learn to appreciate life's simple joys and find meaning even in the most challenging circumstances. This perspective brings clarity, wisdom, and strength, allowing you to live a full and harmonious life. Embrace life's challenges. Life inevitably brings trials that test our resilience, but it is through these challenges that we grow. The Stoics taught that difficulties are not punishments but opportunities to strengthen character and build fortitude. Just as metal becomes stronger through forging, the soul is fortified by overcoming obstacles. Each challenge is a chance to learn something new about ourselves and the world. Instead of avoiding difficulties, try to see them as training for the mind and spirit. Problems that seem insurmountable often serve as the starting point for significant transformation. Marcus Aurelius said, "The obstacle in the path becomes the path itself." These words remind us that challenges are not barriers but a means to move forward. When faced with a difficult situation, ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? This mindset shifts the focus from complaints to constructive solutions. The Stoics believed that everything we encounter can be used for personal growth. Even the most painful trials teach us patience, humility, and wisdom. By embracing life's challenges, we become stronger and more confident in our abilities. Each time you overcome a difficulty, you prove to yourself that you can handle any circumstance. This experience builds an inner foundation that helps you remain calm in the face of future adversities. Even when a situation feels unfair, remind yourself that it is temporary and carries a lesson. The Stoics taught that while we cannot control everything that happens, we can choose how to respond. Instead of lamenting your circumstances, focus on actions that can improve the situation. This approach frees up energy that can be directed towards something constructive and meaningful. Every trial is an opportunity to unlock your potential and rise to a new level. Challenges force us to explore new paths, develop creativity, and discover hidden strengths. Often, the most difficult moments in life become the launching pad for great achievements. Rather than fearing challenges, learn to see them as a chance to prove your strength to yourself. Even when everything seems lost, remember that every obstacle is temporary. Embracing life's challenges teaches us not to fear change but to see it as an integral part of life. This makes us more adaptable and prepared for whatever comes our way. Seneca wrote that difficulties strengthen the best of us. When you face challenges, remember that they are given to you because you are capable of overcoming them. Problems help us appreciate victories and find joy in simple things that once seemed ordinary. Even small steps in difficult situations represent significant progress. Whenever life throws you a challenge, view it as an opportunity to become better. Remind yourself that trials are not the end of the road but part of the journey. Embracing life's challenges helps develop resilience, patience, and courage. In the end, it is these difficulties that shape who we are and make us stronger. Cultivate humility. Humility is a profound understanding of your limitations and the recognition that many aspects of life are beyond your control. The Stoics taught that resisting the inevitable only leads to suffering, while acceptance brings peace. Humility does not mean giving up on your aspirations, rather, it helps you prioritize and focus on what truly matters. It is an awareness of your finiteness and smallness in the vastness of the universe, which allows you to let go of unnecessary pride. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Remember, you are only a human being, a part of a vast world." These words remind us of the importance of seeing ourselves as part of something greater. Humility teaches us to be honest with ourselves, acknowledging our weaknesses so we can work on them. This does not make us weaker, on the contrary, it strengthens us by encouraging growth in areas we can improve. Humility helps us relinquish the illusion of complete control over life. This frees us from fear of the unknown and reduces anxiety. Instead of battling circumstances beyond our influence, we learn to work with what we have. This mindset allows us to maintain inner balance even amidst chaos. By cultivating humility, we learn to accept others as they are, without excessive expectations or demands. This strengthens relationships and makes them more harmonious. Humility also enables us to admit our mistakes and learn from them, rather than deny them out of pride. Mistakes become lessons rather than obstacles. The Stoics emphasize that humility is a way to avoid disappointments caused by unrealistic expectations. The more we accept reality, the less room there is for unnecessary tension. Humility teaches us to view our achievements not as a source of pride but as the result of effort and shared fortune with those around us. Humility helps us focus on the present moment, sparing us from regrets about the past or fears of the future. It fosters a state of inner peace, allowing us to see the world as it truly is. As we develop humility, we become less dependent on the opinions of others and more aligned with our own values. This makes us more resilient to external circumstances. Humility also deepens gratitude for what we already have, helping us appreciate even the smallest blessings. It reminds us that life is a gift, not an entitlement. This awareness teaches us to treat ourselves and others with respect and kindness. Ultimately, humility makes us wiser, calmer, and happier. Live in the present. The Stoics taught that the present is the only thing that truly belongs to us. The past cannot be changed, and the future remains uncertain, so focus on what is happening right now. Life becomes simpler and more harmonious when you take it moment by moment, without distractions from regrets or anxieties. Recognizing the value of the present allows you to fill each day with meaning. We often spend time dwelling on what could have been or fearing what might happen. However, these thoughts pull us away from real life. Living in the present means being fully engaged in the current moment, noticing details, and appreciating what is happening around you. This practice allows you to enjoy even the simplest pleasures, the taste of food, the sound of rain, or the warmth of the sun. Marcus Aurelius said, "Let the present determine what you do, say, and think." These words remind us that the present moment is the only one within our control, and how we live it defines our life. When we immerse ourselves fully in the now, we can act mindfully and make better decisions. Living in the present also means acknowledging your thoughts and feelings without judgment. This approach helps you cope with anxieties and stress without getting stuck in them. When you focus on the current moment, you'll find that many fears and doubts lose their power. The present liberates us from the weight of the past and the worries of the future. Awareness of time's fleeting nature teaches us to cherish every minute. We start postponing fewer important tasks and instead live in a way that brings satisfaction here and now. Living in the present doesn't mean ignoring the future, it allows you to make thoughtful decisions without losing touch with reality. Simple practices like meditation or mindful breathing help bring your attention back to the present. These techniques allow you to slow down, step out of the rush, and enjoy the moment. Each day can be seen as a new opportunity to live in a way that makes you grateful for your actions by the day's end. Living in the present helps avoid excessive perfectionism. You learn to accept yourself as you are, with your strengths and weaknesses. It brings a state of inner peace that arises when you stop striving for a perfect future and instead enjoy the current reality. When you live in the present, you become more attuned to those around you, allowing you to build deeper and more genuine relationships. This strengthens bonds with loved ones and makes interactions more meaningful. Living in the present means finding joy even in the most ordinary moments. Each morning is a new beginning, and each evening is an opportunity to reflect and thank yourself for the day you've lived. This practice helps you become a more mindful and harmonious person. Live in the present to make your life rich, joyful, and full of meaning. Cultivate patience. Patience is one of the key virtues that the Stoics regarded as essential for inner harmony and resilience. Life is full of delays, obstacles, and situations that can provoke frustration, but patience allows us to remain calm and act mindfully. It is the ability to accept that everything happens in its own time, without unnecessary haste or tension. Patience helps us see opportunities where there once seemed only chaos. When faced with a difficult or unpleasant situation, try to pause and remind yourself that it is temporary. Patience teaches us to view life as a process, not as a collection of instant results. For example, when working toward a long-term goal, patience helps you stay on course despite the challenges. The Stoics believed that many difficulties resolve themselves if we wait. This does not mean passivity but rather the ability to let events unfold naturally. Practicing patience enables you to notice that your emotions become more balanced and your decisions more rational. Patience prevents impulsive reactions and allows you to choose responses that lead to better outcomes. Marcus Aurelius said, "What is necessary comes at the right time if you know how to wait." These words remind us that excessive haste can lead to mistakes and disappointment. Patience gives us the time to reflect on our desires and actions and to find deeper meaning in what is happening. Even in difficult circumstances, patience helps maintain mental clarity. As you develop patience, you become more resilient to stress. For example, in a traffic jam or a long line, patience helps conserve your energy instead of wasting it on frustration. Patience also strengthens relationships by fostering understanding and respect for others' pace. It makes us more empathetic and compassionate. Think of patience as a tool for growth. The more often you practice patience, the stronger your character becomes. The Stoics emphasize that patience is not just about waiting but about maintaining calm and confidence during the process. When you are patient, you become less influenced by external circumstances. Practicing patience also helps combat self-criticism. We often rush ourselves, expecting immediate results, but patience teaches us to accept our mistakes and keep moving forward. Understanding that change takes time reduces tension and creates more room for growth. Patience allows us to enjoy the process, not just the end result. Train your patience daily in small ways, during a conversation, while completing a task, or when waiting for something. Each time you choose patience, you strengthen your ability to maintain balance in any situation. Life becomes simpler when you realize that not everything needs to happen immediately. Patience is a skill that requires practice, but its rewards are invaluable. You become a calmer, more resilient, and confident person. By cultivating patience, you learn to accept the world as it is and use every situation for personal growth. Remember, patience is the path to wisdom, harmony, and resilience. Practicing Stoic principles is not just a philosophy but a key to a mindful, harmonious, and resilient life. These methods help us face challenges, find inner peace, and strengthen self-confidence. From living in the present and embracing life's challenges to developing patience and gratitude, each of these steps makes us stronger, wiser, and happier. The Stoics reminded us that great changes begin with small steps. Even modest daily efforts can transform your life, revealing its depth and value. Remember, your strength doesn't lie in changing the entire world but in changing your perception and attitude toward it. Only through inner harmony can we create harmony in the external world. Every step toward Stoic wisdom is a step toward a more meaningful and joyful life. Start simple, take time for reflection, express gratitude for what you have, or pause to appreciate the current moment. These actions will show you that happiness and tranquility are already within you. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Which Stoic practices have you already applied? What has been most beneficial for you? Your words inspire us to continue creating these videos and sharing timeless wisdom that remains relevant today. Subscribe to the channel to ensure you don't miss new insights, and remember, the journey to harmony begins with small steps.